What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. As you can see from what is standing behind Phoenix here, we're going to look at Alchemy today, and I'm going to break everything down for you, show you what's going on with Alchemists, what's going on with the benches, where to find recipes, the whole 9 yards. Let's get into it. So right off the bat, quick tip, if you are looking for any of your dyes, it's actually on a new dyeing station, and yes, black and white dye are a thing. All you have to do, put a named thrall on there, and you'll be able to do a black and white dye. We'll grab a level 3 just so I can show you that level 3s do not have the recipe. There you go, they do not have the recipe. So any named alchemist is going to have the recipe for the black and white dye. In addition to the dyer's bench, once you get this unlocked, there are a whole bunch of brand new dyes. There's my favorite right there, full green dye. That's what I'm wearing. So if you haven't checked out all the brand new dyes, definitely check those out. And the dyer's bench is unlocked at level 25, so level 25 is when you can start doing all the dyes. Let's look at the Firebolt Cauldrons. You can see the first Firebolt Cauldron is unlocked at level 15. Boom, these are the recipes. This is all the recipes right now that you're gonna find on the Firebolt Cauldron. It's gonna be your alchemical base, your dragon powder, your steel fire, and your stone consolidant. All other recipes that used to be on the Firebolt Cauldron have been moved to what's called the Alchemist Bench. Now you also unlock an Alchemist Bench at level 15. This is the Alchemist Bench right here. We'll get to that here in a moment. Let's go back to the Firebolt Cauldron. The improved Firebolt Cauldron is going to be unlocked at level 30. Definitely upgrade once you get there, because you do get a resource cost reduction and a speed boost, so it will craft faster than the original Firebolt Cauldron. So the improved Firebolt Cauldron, according to the wiki, is going to be 33.33% faster, and it's going to give you a crafting cost reduction of 25%. Moving on, we now have the Giant's Firebolt Cauldron and the Precision Firebolt Cauldron. Now, obviously, it's absolutely huge, takes up a lot of space, but the Giant's Firebolt Cauldron has the exact same recipes as the other Firebolt Cauldrons. So does the Precision Firebolt Cauldron. You can see the exact same recipes. The Giant's Firebolt Cauldron is going to give you a 150% increase in crafting speed, so it's going to craft things just crazy quick. This is the bench that you're going to use if you want to craft items quickly. It does not give you a reduction in crafting costs, so it's going to take you back to the original Firebolt Cauldron recipes, but it is going to craft it 150% faster. If we move over to the Precision Firebolt Cauldron, this is where you're going to get the reduction in the recipes. So it's going to be a 50% cost reduction on these recipes. However, I will say steel fire right here, you can see it's just tar, brimstone, and if we run all the way back over here to this guy, you can see it's just tar, brimstone. So that recipe is pretty easy to craft at the lower cost right at level 30. Now, both the Giant's Firebolt Cauldron and the Precision Firebolt Cauldron unlock at level 58. For each one of these Firebolt Cauldrons, we now have an Alchemist Bench. So this is the regular Alchemist Bench, unlocks at level 15. Then we go to level 30, and then level 58 for the last two. Now, let's look at the recipes that we have in the Alchemist Bench. This is where all the rest of the recipes, the stuff that I haven't shown you, the dyes, the things that are on the Firebolt Cauldron, everything else you were used to doing with alchemy is going to be loaded into this bench. So you can see we have the water orb, we have all the different potions and elixirs, and then we have some fodders in there as well. Now, if we put a tier 1 alchemist on there, we get some additional recipes. We get the demon fire orb, the gaseous orb, and the grease orb. If we put a level 2 on there, same stuff as the level 1. So level 1 and a level 2 going to give you the same stuff. Level 3 is going to give you another one. It's going to give you this recipe for oil. This is a recipe where you use bark and ichor to craft oil. Now, if we move all the way up to a named one, you can see we get all of the recipes that used to come with a Purge Alchemist or some of the special alchemists. Those are loaded into every named alchemist now, so you don't have to worry about it. You can see we have the oil, we have the spice, we have the 2 tar recipes, and then we have all those orbs as well. So all of that is in there. Now, obviously, the Alchemist Bench going to be the lowest level, so that means it's going to be the slowest, and it's going to require the most resources. If we move over here, and in fact, we're going to do this right now. We're going to do this just like that. We're just going to let that sit there. I'm going to show you how long this actually takes. So we're going to move over here and talk about this a little bit. Now, this is the one that I did my testing on for speed increases with alchemists. Yes, they do still give you a speed increase, and I did all of this on the improved Alchemist Bench. Now, real quick, the improved Alchemist Bench does also give you a speed increase. So the Alchemist Bench, obviously the slowest. The improved Alchemist Bench is 33.33% faster and gives you a 25% reduction in cost for the rest. What I did was I just crafted up a bunch of black Lotus potions, and I will show you that on the screen so that you can see how fast that goes. Now, I know people are going to ask in the comment section, if I don't say this, they're going to ask about what about the Purge Named Thrall. And the Purge Named Thrall is going to be essentially right now the same as the Named Thrall. So they both crafted that in 11 seconds. You can see the tier 3 was 12 seconds, 15 seconds for the tier 2, tier 1 at 18 seconds, and then no Thrall comes in at 22 seconds. Moving on from there, we have the Trade Alchemist Bench, and the Trade Alchemist Bench is going to give you a crafting speed of an additional 150%. So if we were to craft this with a thrall, it would take about 6 seconds. You can tell that it's much faster than it was on the improved bench, and the addition of the thrall makes it even faster than it would have been. So this is a very good place. If you need to craft quickly, you want the Trade Alchemist Bench with a named thrall on it. The Precision Alchemist Bench, that's where you're going to get your resource reduction costs. So if we just look at the Black Lotus recipe, you can see it's 1 water-filled flask, 1 Black Lotus powder, and 1 alchemical base. If we move back over here to this guy and we look at the same recipe, it's 1, 3, and 1. Now let's talk about the increased storage real quick that you get. So these are going to be the same. It doesn't matter whether it's the Alchemist Bench or the Fireball Cauldrons. The first one is going to give you 20 slots, and then everything from there on is going to give you 40. So 20 slots there, 40, 40, 40, 20 slots here, 40, 40, 40. So what you want to do is definitely make sure you get that named alchemist so that you can be crafting those things the fastest possible way that you can. And you also want to get up to that precision bench if you're wanting to craft quickly as well. The nice thing about the alchemist is it does retain some of its speed. So even if you're doing the precision bench where you're getting those resource cost reduction recipes, and you're putting a thrall on there, it's going to craft it faster with the thrall on there than it would without that thrall. Let's go back, take a quick peek at how far along we are. Look at that, just under halfway done on our recipe for the pure aloe extract. So that's the other thing that I want to tell you guys, kind of the pro tip, is to craft this stuff before you need it. So if you're planning on going on an adventure, you need to start this stuff crafting first, and then it'll be ready for you by the time you're prepared to go on your adventure. Don't do this last minute. It takes an awful long time to craft these higher level aloe extracts. And there you go. That's my crafting guide for alchemy. It's not very difficult. It's very similar to all the other crafting that I've covered so far. So the blacksmith, the armorer, both of those videos, if you haven't seen those, I will link them in the description of this video so you can check them out. But The crafting across just about everything follows the same suit. The big difference with this one is the thralls still retain some of their crafting speed increase or reduction time in crafting. I don't know how to say it. You get the product faster with a thrall on there than you get the product if you don't have a thrall on there. There we go. All right, so in the comment section below, what I want to know is, what is your favorite die from all of the new dies that are in Conan Exiles? The whack moments in this video were sponsored by my legendary supporters. If you'd like to become a member, you can click the button below that says join. That'll give you all the details. And if you want to continue the fun, there's 2 videos on the screen. You can pick one of those to watch next. Please don't forget to whack the like button. And if you're new to the channel, I'd encourage you to click that subscribe button, click that bell so you get notified when I upload another video.